last 3 years, MCC has become the ultimate test of a Minecraft player's ability, bringing in hundreds of amazing content creators to fight it out for victory. However, when the heat is on, who are those players that show the speed, power, agility and leadership to take it to the top? Who is the best of the best? These are the top 10 MCC players ever. But before we begin, these are not my opinions, but based on official stats collected by the Ultra Sheepboard and their team. So if your favourite isn't included, instead of getting annoyed, why not leave a comment down below with your top 10 instead? And whilst you're down there, make sure to subscribe. It would really mean the world to me on my way to 5,000 subscribers, so please consider doing so. Anyway, enough time wasted. Let's start with 10th place, Dream. That's right, we start off big with Mr. Minecraft Manhunt himself sitting in 10th place, which will definitely shock a lot of people given the skills he's shown not only in his videos but also in the event itself, being very successful in the old parkour warrior to get to the other side and ace race, as well as of course dodgeball, which did manage to land in wins in MCC 8, 11, 15, 16 and 24, where he ended his time in the tournament, leaving with an average score of 2,930 points, which just manages to sneak him into the 10th spot for now, because Jojo, Antfrost and Puns are all on his tail, and with how well they've been performing recently, they could definitely overtake the speedrunner very, very soon. 9th place, Vicstar 123. It seems a lifetime ago that the legendary sideman that is Vicstar was in our beloved event, but it can't be forgotten just how good the 123 was, being an absolute pro and getting some insane stats, which includes getting to dodgeball 4 times out of the 6 events he took part in, which is actually crazy, somehow only winning once in MCC3. However, even without the stats, he was just an insane player, linking up well with his partner in crime Pete, and absolutely killing it in games such as Bingo But Fast, Hole in the Wall, and the classic that is Foot Race, which all came together to give him an average score of 2,949 points overall. 8th place, Sapnap. If it was unbelievable that Dream was in 10th, then Sapnap in 8th is just beyond imagination, as yet another 5-time winner somehow doesn't even get close to the top 5, which is insane, because at one point in Season 2, Sapnap was absolutely destroying the competition, winning dodgeball after dodgeball, which along with Meltdown and Battlebox has to be one of his best games, with his dominance in it resulting in victories in MCC 11, 15, 18, 19 and 21, which is an insane achievement, getting 5 wins in 10 events. But for now, it can't help his average point score beyond 2,984, which is actually crazy with him being the last player under the 3,000 point mark. Because up next we have 7th place, ILLUMINA. Along with Sapnap, ILLUMINA was absolutely on top of the world during Season 2, destroying in competition after competition, crowning himself the very best of the season as a whole. Unlike Sapnap, however, he didn't seem to win anything, with a curse that truly plagued him for so long, not being able to get rid of it even now. With that being taken into account, it is very fortunate that our ninja does have a singular win in MCC 13, because honestly he deserves so much more, being a god and to get to the other side, Ace Race, Rocket Spoof Rush and Sansa Time, which altogether has helped him reach a score of 3,006 points, which does see him just get beat by his roommate. 6th place, FRUITBERRIES. Yep, that's right, in the Battle of Fruit Ninja, it's Mr. Berries coming out on top, as not only does he beat his roommate on average points, but also on wins, having 3 in total, being MCC 6, 9 and 26, as well as being to 4 other dodgebolts in total. His success in MCC is of course thanks to his terrific skill in games such as To Get to the Other Side, Sky Battle and survival games, where he had one of the best game rounds in MCC history in MCC 9, pushing the Blue Bats to a surprise underdog victory, as well as helping his average to a grand total of 3,028 points overall. However, before we continue onwards with the top 5, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Each and every subscriber really does mean everything to me, so please consider doing so. Anyway, let's continue on with 5th place. Pizza Hut. The Lord of Season 1, Pete truly destroyed throughout the start of the event, managing to make 8 dodgebolts in the first 13 tournaments, which is actually insane. Ever since then, however, it hasn't been such smooth running for Pete, but he is still a mighty force to be reckoned with, especially in games such as both forms of Parkour Warrior, Ace Race and Rocket Speed Rush, with them all coming together for him to win 4 tournaments overall, being MCC 3, 7, 10 and finally 17, which is just crazy that he's yet to become a 5-time winner. But with an average score of 3,037 points, I'm sure we'll see him win once again very soon. 4th place. Quig. The one and only Quig is another one of our players that's been in the tournament since the very beginning, with him only being a kid at the time. But age did not matter, because from the get-go he was a god, excelling in games such as Meltdown, Sky Battle and Parkour Tag, as well as getting victories in MCC 2 and 5. However, it wasn't until MCC 23 that he'd get his 3rd win, which as of now was his last tournament in the event, leaving him on an almighty average of 3,110 points. However, hopefully he'll return once again in the future. 3rd place. FIREBREATHMAN. As soon as FIREBREATHMAN joined MCC, he was basically considered already one of the very best. And if anyone doubted that he wasn't going to be, then they've been truly proven so wrong. With FBM proving to be a force to be reckoned with, especially with his incredible skill in so many of the games, from Ace Race to Sky Battle to Hole in the Wall, as well as many more. His skill has somehow already managed to get him 2 victories in perhaps the most competitive period in the event's history, getting wins in 27 and 30, which has helped his average to an insane 3,118 points, which is still 50 behind his rival. 2nd place. Purpled. Over the last 13 tournaments, Purpled has taken the event by storm, being absolutely crazy and destroying any opposition that stands in his way. Honestly, it's been absolutely insane seeing what Purple can do, as he managed to pretty much become the very best at every single game. Even team games like Grid Runners, he still manages to obliterate in. And yet, despite his dominance, he's only managed to win 1 event, being MCC 22, which is despite the fact that he's been in the last 3 finales, which is crazy. But whilst he hasn't got the victories, he still has an incredible score of 3,168 points overall, which is just immense. And yet, it still doesn't manage to even come close to 1st place. Technoblade. It could only be him, the one and only Blood God. Techno not only goes down in history as one of the best MCC players ever, if not the best, but also one of the most influential and best Minecraft players of all time, being just an absolute icon to the community. He of course was absolutely incredible during his time in MCC, destroying in every game, from Battlebox to Ace Race to even Build Mart, so much so that Noxcrew had to change some of the games to stop him. He's just that good. Overall, he finished his MCC career with 2 wins in MCC 4 and 8, as well as a score of 3,241 points overall, going down as a legend, the one and only Blood God. Because as we all know, Technoblade never dies. But with that being said, we now reach the end of this huge video. So if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, of course, peace.